All right, in this section, we're gonna talk about the content explosion.
Yes.
And you probably heard us say this multiple times, but this is the most important thing that you can do to leverage what happened at your event and gain exposure going forward. Because that's what you're doing it for, right?
Absolutely.
Especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're an association, you want what happens at the event to go viral. You want what happens at the event for everyone to see. So they recognize your brand, they recognize that you're in the community and you're doing things. So let's talk about what the content explosion is. First of all, content is gonna be created in bulk, in mass at your event.
Yes.
The videos, the pictures that people take, the status updates, the check-ins, all these things are pieces of content. And they're gonna be created at your event. And you want to capture all of this and be able to leverage it. So there's three types of people that are gonna be sharing content at your event. The first one is the attendees, right? They're snapping photos of how good they look, they're snapping photos with all their friends, and they're gonna typically post that right away, or they'll post it the day after. Secondly, you have sponsor-generated content. And they're gonna be posting maybe before, leading up to the event, say they're setting up for your event, they're setting up their table, and they're gonna snap photos and video of their whole entire setup and maybe the process behind the scenes. They'll post pictures before, day of, and maybe even after, because typically they want that content.
Yeah.
Just like you want that content, they want it so they can share it to show that they're active in the community and people are consuming their brand or using their services. And thirdly, there's the host content, which is you. You're gonna have your professional photographers at the event. You're gonna have your professional videographers at the event. And that's your opportunity to get the pictures that you want so you can gather all this content. So you're gonna be posting obviously before the event, marketing the event. You're gonna be posting the day of, during the preparation, while you're at the party, and then after is when the explosion happens. So let's talk about how to create this explosion of content. So say you've got your 100 pictures or your 200 pictures that you've taken at the event,
Yeah.
right? They're all professional, and hopefully, ideally, you wanna post them closest to the event as possible to keep the momentum going, so people remember what happened at the event and they're excited to see the pictures, all this. You wanna keep it fresh. So if you have the event on a Wednesday, hopefully you can get those pictures up at least by Monday of the next week. This is how you light the fire. All right, you wanna create an album on Facebook. Now pick the page that you want to get the most recognition for the event, the brand that you want to build. If it's your page and you want to build your own personal brand, fantastic. Create the album on your page. But if it's like your company, well then go to your company's fan page and create the event on that fan page. However, if you put it on the fan page, you can't tag people typically on those pictures. So you're gonna have to go back to your page and then start tagging people that you know. The next step you wanna do is you want to label the name of that album as the name of the event. Secondly, you want to label it with the name of your company or your brand, hosted by. And then thirdly, you wanna add your headline sponsor if you wanna get them more recognition. So what you do when you have this album all set up, people are gonna start seeing the pictures on their timeline. As soon as you start tagging them, they're gonna take notice. They're gonna get a status, they're gonna get an update saying you've been tagged in a picture. And be selective about the pictures you tag, right? You wanna tag the pictures where people are looking good. People are looking great, right? So they're happy to see the picture, they're happy that they've been tagged, and then they like the picture, and they start interacting with this album that you've created. This is your opportunity to create another cocktail party online where people can engage with the event online. And what better way than to see what actually happened, see who was there, comment on these pictures, like the pictures, but it's up to you to get the fire started. So you're going in and tagging all your friends, you're liking the pictures, and you're commenting saying, hey, it was so great to see you. Can't wait to hook up for coffee soon. Thank you so much for supporting the event. And you're commenting on all these pictures, even people that you met for the first time. You're saying it was so great to meet you. Can't wait to grab coffee with you in the near future. You're starting this fire, this explosion. You're starting it, and that's what you have to do to really get things going. And people will start to like and tag, use these pictures as their profile pictures, and they'll be exposed to what happened at your event.
So one of the important things that you really want to do for your event and the content explosion is create a hashtag. And really what that's going to do is it's going to be something that for any picture that anyone posts, for anything, any status update on any type of social media that uses hashtags, it's a great way for people to find each other, interact, connect after. So what we suggest when picking a hashtag is pick something that's very simple, easy to use, easy to type in when people are, posting at the party. They don't want something super long, super complicated. Simple, easy, short, and to the point, and something that everyone can remember.
Right.
So those are the key things that you're really, really gonna want. And what you're gonna start seeing is, especially the people that heavily use social media are gonna all start using that hashtag. And it's a great way to find everyone after the event.
Right. And the way to introduce the hashtag is in all of your marketing, going from the very, very beginning. So by the time they get to the event, they're familiar with the hashtag.
Yeah.
They know what it is. And a hashtag is as simple as the hash sign, which is like the number sign, and then consecutive letters that hopefully can describe your event. Like Sasha said, keeping it as short as possible. The name of the organization that we're part of is YPN, and we did this event called The Death of Networking. And so our hashtag was YPNDON, Death of Networking. And it was simple as that. Now, one thing that I do when I go to other people's events, say I post a lot of pictures on Instagram, and what I'll do is I'll search that hashtag and see all the pictures that occurred at that event because they typically will use the hashtag, and then I'll like everybody's pictures, and the people that I know directly, I'll say it's nice to meet you or nice to see you.
Absolutely. It's a great tool that a lot of event planners don't necessarily use, and I think that it's a small, tiny thing that you can do, like Lloyd said, in the beginning of your marketing. So every post that you're doing, include that hashtag in there, and just start embedding that in everything, so people will start seeing it and start using it as well.
Yeah, it gets indexed. All the content gets indexed. So when they click on that hashtag, especially on Facebook now, they can see all the posts that ever occurred, all the check-ins, and all the pictures and videos. It's a really cool thing to use. And as people start to get more and more familiar with it, it's just going to get that much more effective. Now, the cool thing about this content explosion that you're going to create is you can attract more press.
Absolutely.
And more sponsors and more PR. I mean, if you're a business and you're doing this to build your brand, that's exactly what you're doing this for, right? Not just to meet with the people that are at the party and be the life of the party and connect people. That's great. However, there's the after the party effect that you can create, and that's why the content explosion is extremely important.